shoved me into a locker back in high school, but I never leave home without my trusty stats.
Impressive.
Secret agent over here.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And so these stats will reveal all you need to know heading into week 1. And stats can be a little boring, but not when you give me my lights.
Not with a briefcase.
Not with a briefcase and the light show.
Let's do it.
Stat number 1. Thank you. The great reveal. Ben Johnson, you might not know this, has Brian Flores' number. That's right. Benefits of hiring a coach within the division. Ben Johnson offenses against Brian Flores defenses. He went 4-0 against Brian Flores, and his offenses scored 30 points per game. So not only does he know Brian Flores from his time in Detroit, he brings that expertise to Chicago, but he also has the success going against those defenses. Of course, the Bears and Vikings open up on Monday Night Football. And I already know what you're both thinking. Caleb Williams is not Jared Goff. The Bears' offensive line is not Detroit's offensive line. This game is not being played in a dome. I know all of that. But I watched Caleb Williams as a rookie against Brian Flores just last year, and he looked pretty good. 3 touchdowns, no picks, passer rating of 97, 283 yards a game. In one of those games, scored 27 points and lost in overtime. Gentlemen, the Bears are an underdog at home for Ben Johnson against Brian Flores, and frankly, I think that's incorrect.
Yeah, I actually am with you. I think the Chicago Bears fans should be excited because not only does Ben Johnson do a great job, but you mentioned it last year, Caleb did a really good job in Chicago against him as well, and that game was one of his best of the year. 340 yards passing on 47 attempts, 2 touchdowns, 68% completion, and 103 quarterback rating without Ben Johnson. So you put them together, they got a chance to light them up.
Yeah, my take is, listen, for Bears fans, I hope you just understand this isn't a rubber stamp situation, right? What happened in Detroit won't happen in Chicago. You mentioned the personnel. You understand Detroit Lions had 5 All-Pros and 6 Pro Bowlers, right? And so the significant level of talent that the Lions were able to display and have been able to display is just, it's a big gap. I even going back to the first matchup last year, Vikings versus Lions. Like Jared Goff was sensational. First of all, he's number 1 against the blitz. You talk about the offensive line. You talk about Jamarcus, had a big game, 115 yards, 2 touchdowns. There's just a big gap. My only concern with Bears fans is that they want to live in this microwave. Plug in Ben Johnson, plug in all the talent they have. Super Bowl, here it comes. That's just not how the league works. And so for you, Danny, I pray for you at night because I can feel the tears trickling down your face every Sunday if you don't get the same results in which the Lions had with Ben Johnson.
I think the difference is Caleb knows he can play well against this defense. And there's not a lot of teams last year where you could say that, but he knows.
But there's no Sonic and Knuckles in Chicago.
I know, but if he could do it with Shane Waldron, he could do it with Ben Johnson. I mean, come on. This team is better than last year. And here's the thing, like, say I'm going to cry myself to sleep or whatever. I've gone 38 years. 38 years without a quarterback, without a Super Bowl. It would just be more of the same.
But I think you guys want instant success.
Yeah, we do. Instant gratification.
Well, when you're the number 1 pick overall.
Yeah, how long am I supposed to wait? How long am I supposed to? All right, that's stat number 1. I would say I'm 1 for 1.
Yeah.
Lights. Stat number 2. Never leave home without my stats. I'm not invited to too many parties. Stat number 2. Matt Stafford and the Rams. Texans might be a worst-case scenario for you in week 1. This is, again, Rams are favored, but the Texans have the best pass rush duo in the NFL in Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson, the only duo that were top 10 in pressure percentage for these two guys. And the Texans sacked their opponents 3 or more times in half their games. The Rams allowed 3 or more sacks in half their games. The problem was the Rams went 1-7 in those games. So to me, I don't trust Coleman Shelton, the new center for the Rams. Stafford's immobile, bad back, and you face the best pass rush duo in the NFL week 1. I just think it's a terrible matchup for Stafford out of the gate.
Yeah, I think the worst-case scenario is Matthew Stafford doesn't make it out the building, right, because due to injury. You talk about their left tackle, Alaric Jackson, dealing with blood clots. He lost and missed some significant time in the offseason. Now he just started getting stuff prepared to play week 1. And by the way, he has Will Anderson, who knows can be humming off the edge. If I'm the Rams right now, you have to lean on this run game led by Kyron Williams because he's a grinder and he's efficient in the red zone. The key to neutralize a pass rush is running the ball. They can do that. I understand from a pass protection standpoint, they may be shaky, but when it comes down running the ball, you can neutralize the edges and open up the screen game and get significant yards. And by the way, what they really have to do is force the secondary and the Texans to commit to the run. If you force the secondary of the Texans to commit to the run, that's going to open up deep shots down the field to Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua.
The good news for the Rams is you don't last as long as Matthew Stafford's last without understanding how to deal with pass rush. And they were really good last year at getting the ball out quickly. They were the fourth best in the NFL in getting the ball out quickly at 2.66 seconds.
Yep.
And the O-line, I think they gave up the fifth least amount of sacks, as banged up as they were.
Yep.
They kept 10 offensive linemen on the 53, which is rare. Now, the way they're presenting that is that they felt there's so many quality offensive linemen that they had this year that they needed to keep those guys. It could be more of an injury issue. But the fact that they've got depth, they've got options, they've got a veteran quarterback, and they've got a head coach that's not going to put that guy at risk.
Right.
Let's get to the third packed stat. As I see sometimes people's eyes glaze over with these stats. We're going to see an NFL record fall in Week 1 with Travis Hunter. This, I think, is an unbelievably cool thing. Most snaps played in a game ever. We've only been tracking this for about 20 years, 2006. But it was Reed Blankenship and 116 snaps. Travis Hunter averaged 114 snaps per game in college. And one game he only played 54 snaps because of an injury. Another game he played 44 snaps because of an injury. I think it is possible that this kid is just different. And the Jags have said, we are going to play him early and often and a lot on both sides of the ball. I think in Week 1, Travis Hunter will play more snaps than any player has ever played in an NFL game.
Coach, my goal was never to hurt anybody. I'm going to be honest, but I'm going to see, if I was out there this Sunday, I'm going to see how much this kid loves football. I want to see that 12 up close, because this isn't college. This is the pros. The level of durability, the level of attention to detail is extremely different. I love that the fact that he's able to have that type of nuanced thing to him. But overall, man, if you allow him to make this a goal each and every week, they're doing him a disservice, right? Because they're looking forward to him playing both sides of the ball. I simply don't think he could hold up. Not at 185 pounds, Coach.
No.
It ain't happen.
Oh, come on.
Look,
modern athletes.
You can go ahead and break that record in Week 1 and break it in Week 2 and break Week 3, and you may not have him for the entire
Facts.
season. Like, you want to this, and Colorado played good opponents. But it's not like the guys he's playing every single week in the NFL.
He opened up with North Dakota State.
Yeah,
they're good, but they're not the.
I'm not saying the level of competition is the same.
These are men, and these are proud
100%.
men, and these are men that all feel that they're different and all got there because they're the best of the best. So he's a little bit slight to be going out and doing that week in and week out with that kind of volume. It's hard to imagine it's going to last.
I think we thought that about Shohei Ohtani until we saw him do it.
Yeah, that's baseball.
I understand, but some athletes
you ever
are
seen
different.
Shohei Ohtani get tackled?
Yeah,
you ever seen him get stalk blocked?
Nobody's hitting Shohei Ohtani.
Exactly.
I understand, but some athletes come around and change the game. You have to open up your mind.
You probably do it in golf as well. You can do it in a lot of sports.
Open up your mind to the possibilities that Travis Hunter is just different. Jacksonville is going to try it.
I open my mind up to different ice creams. Not this. This is nonsense.
Expand your mind. He's setting a record in Week 1. All right, sounds like I went 2 for 3 with my stats. You guys did not really like that last one. Coming up next, though, Patrick Mahomes. Every day, there's a new way to slight the Kansas City Chiefs. Yesterday, frankly, it was Willie Colon. Today, Colin Cowherd. That's next. FTF.